Hi, my name is Pete Doyon, Vice President for Schleuniger Incorporated in North America. I've got a new product I'd like to show you. We're here at the Wire Processing Expo and we have our UniStrip 2300. It's a real popular machine and I'm going to talk about some of the features. Essentially, it's a single conductor wire stripper. It can handle wire from 10 to 32 gauge and wires up to 220 thousandths OD. The way it works is you select the wire that needs to be stripped. In this case, I'm going to grab a 24 gauge wire. The screen is set for 24 gauge. The strip length in this case is set for 1/4 inch and it's a partial strip length. We're going to remove or slide the insulation 0.18 inches. There's a sensor, so the operator just simply has to bring into the sensor, and here you see we've got a partial strip on a 24 gauge wire. Now we just did a 24 gauge. We're going to change over and do a 26 gauge. Simply need to press the AWG button. The library already knows the size and all the parameters for a 26. Now this is a 26 gauge wire presented in, and now we've changed gauge that easily. All of the other machines on the market require a manual adjustment for each gauge change. This machine, every parameter is fully programmable and you can store up to 1,000 programs. Now we're going to do a 30 gauge wire, and in this one we're also going to change the strip length. So simply change to 26 to 30, and the strip length I'm going to go to a 1/2 inch, and then the pull off I'm going to go full strip. So it's going to pull and remove the slug entirely. Wire's got to be fairly straight. Present it. Now the nice thing about leaving the slug on is it gives you a grip to twist the strands and tighten them up a little bit. Now we're going to do a 30 gauge wire. We've set the strip length for 0.5, which is a 1/2 inch, and we're going to pull the slug 0.3 inches. Simply put it in. And now you can use the slug, grab it, pull it off. Now you got a perfect 1/2 inch strip. Another interesting feature of this machine is what we call a recut function. With the recut, what happens is if you have an angle cut on the wire, you simply set the recut function, and what will happen is even if the operator doesn't present the wire perfectly, you still end up with a perfect strip length. What it does, it strips a little bit longer and then trims. So now we've got a perfect 0.35 strip length. Additional features with this machine is what we call extended wire. And with extended wire, you can create, name, and save up to 1,000 programs. Now this one shows that we only have one wire save named test. We can create additional wires, and then we can use a filter to sort them. We can find them by certain character strings. It's very user-friendly and an additional feature of the machine. We also have configuration. We can work in millimeters squared, AWG. We have capability for a counter, total counter. We have on the back of the machine possibility of plugging in a USB, and all of the programs can be easily saved by plugging into the USB port. We also have another connector for a remote foot pedal for some applications where a foot pedal works better. Another machine I'd like to show you is the PowerStrip 9550. This machine is rated at 2/0 AWG which is 70 millimeters squared. I'm going to go ahead and run the machine for you so you can see how it operates. Hit the run button. Now we're stripping the leading end of the wire, cutting the cable, and stripping the trailing end. Did a partial strip. Now this particular machine can be configured in several different models. This one has a rotary stripping unit, and it has an index and cutter head. The index and cutter head allows you to have multiple sets of tools on the machine. In this case, we have a combing set, we have a set of radius blades, and we have a set of cutting blades. You can change the tooling without using any tools. Everything's manual. The guide tubes, we have a complete set of guide tubes that are available in every size, and all of the tooling can be changed without using any hand tools. This particular model is called the model MR, meaning multiple blade cutter head and rotary unit. We have 5 different models that are available. This is the fully loaded version. It also has a movable exit guide. The machine has a 10.5-inch color touchscreen display, and you can see a template showing all of the different dimensions. Here's our library screen. You can see we have a number of different programs. This machine has the ability to store up to 250,000 programs in memory. If you want to open up one of the jobs, just click on it and you can edit it. You can save, copy, rename, etc. I'm going to run the machine in slow motion. So hit run, and now we're going to see the operation. Leading end is fed, blades are closing. Strip the leading end. Now we're going to use the blades to grab it again. We're going to cut the wire to length now. Lift the guide tube out of the way, bring the trailing end back. Now it's coming back, going to the strip position, strip, and then grab the slug and pull the trailing end and eject. So now we have a partial strip, 2 inches. Thank you for taking the time to look at the PowerStrip 9550. If you're interested in the machine, we'd love to have you send samples in, and we can do a web demo or process the samples, shoot a video clip, and then send the samples and video back to you. If you'd like to find out any more information about any of our products, please contact www.schleuniger-na.com.